the break, I talked to you guys about a little, it's not a game. It's a test. There's a company out there called Novos. It's a longevity company out of New York City that has created an AI-powered tool that estimates one's biological age using 24 questions. Biological age differs from chronological age because it looks at how old your cells are rather than how many birthdays you've had. The older cells are, the more wear and tear they develop, which puts people at higher risk of chronic diseases such as cancer. All right, so I think I have the test here. Let me read it to you guys. Actually, I'll show it to you right here. All right, so here's the test right here. It's going to look a little wonky, guys, because it's on a... See if I can zoom in any farther and make it work. Oh, I think I got it. Perfect. Okay, all right, here we go. I think this will work. There we go. All right, so here it is. It says Novos, younger for longer. This is the free AI-trained biological age test. Novos, the world's leading consumer platform for human longevity, offers the Enable Age biological clock free of charge to the general public as part of its commitment as a public benefit corporation. Novos' mission is to make longevity accessible and achievable for all. Enable Age is a second-generation survey-based biological age clock that provides greater accuracy than first generation, obviously. First generation blood-based epigenetic biological age clocks. The clock, created by researchers at the University of Washington and overseen by Professor Soo-In Lee, and in collaboration with Dr. Matt Kaberlein, was trained using both blood test results and survey questions from tens of thousands of people. After being trained using XAI, Explainable Artificial Intelligence, the algorithm is capable of producing accurate biological age outputs based on simple questionnaire responses about your lifestyle and health behaviors. And then I can learn more about the test if I want to, or I can start the test right here. All right, ethnicity. I am Caucasian. Sex assigned at birth. I am a male. My highest level of education. I have some college, we'll say that. Did take some courses. Birth date. Oh, I'm gonna feel old. For fast input, click the year. Oh, here we go. 1978. January. Oh no. Come on, let me go up to January. January. Oh no! Oh shit, I just knocked my mouse over. Fuck. I just sent this fucking thing flying. Holy shit. Let's hope it works. Oh my god. I just sent this thing fucking halfway across the fucking room. My bad, guys. Sorry about that. All right, January 1978. Let me go click the month here. Holy cow, that was crazy. January. My birthday is January 29th. Okay. For how many months have you been working in your main job? Oh, geez. I guess my main job would be DJing. And I've been doing that for, man, over 10 years. So 120, let's say 132. What is my longest job duration in months? That would be it. Am I a citizen of the United States? Yes. Oh, would I have worked at RMG longer, actually? 2012, 2003 through 2012 was 9 years. It's called a wash. It's probably about the same, to be honest with you. If you talk 9 years and then I came back for, yeah, so yeah, around there. How many, but I DJed longer than that. I've been DJing for a long time. I started DJing in like 2004. So that's 20 years. Damn, I've been DJing for 20 years. That's crazy. I didn't realize that. That's nuts. 20 years, what's 20 times 12? I have no idea what that is. Is it 240? 240. So 240, we'll say. Yes, I'm a citizen of months. How many members are in my household? I don't know, one right now. Oh, I got to put my annual income in. All right, well, we'll put that down for a sec. Hold on one sec. We'll put that in. Anything last year? What last year was? What was that on there? What the hell was that amount? Fuck, what was the amount on that last year? All right. That's what? No, okay, no commas. All right. All right. How many bedrooms do I have in my home? Count kitchens. Do not count bathrooms. Or how many rooms do I have in my home? Count kitchens. Do not count bathrooms, laundry rooms, or unfinished basements. Why do we pick that? The algorithm behind this biological egg clock is based upon NHANS survey data, some of which includes housing characteristics correlated with aging and health. Interesting. All right, so let's count how many rooms do I have in my home. Not that many. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Small place where I live. Self-reported weight at age 25. Oh my God. 25, I was, I would say 300 pounds. Lifetime heaviest weight, 376 pounds, I believe, was the highest I ever got up to. My arm circumference in inches? Oh man, I don't know what these are. Not that much. Probably 10. I got tiny biceps. I don't have any triceps. Do you experience a shortness of breath on stairs and or inclines? Yeah. Doesn't everybody? What is your history of tobacco smoking or vaping? I guess I should say I smoke more than twice daily because there is tobacco in the wraps I use. So, have you smoked at least 100 cigarettes in my life? No, but do wraps count? I'm just saying yeah, because it counts. I don't know. No, cigarettes are different. It's pure tobacco. How often do you consume alcohol? Well, lately it's been daily because I've been drinking lots of delis during the summer because it's nice. Average number of alcoholic drinks per day I've consumed over the last 12 months. Per day for the last year? Maybe 2? I'd say 2 because I'll have days off I don't drink any, but then when I drink with you guys I usually have 3 or 4, so I would say we'll go down to 2. What is your relationship status? I have a partner who typically contributes to my happiness. I have a partner, but it's a stressful relationship. I don't have a consistent partner. I'm going to go with I have a partner, but it's a stressful relationship. Am I widowed? No. What is my general health condition? I would say good. I'm in general good health. I think. Do I now have any health problems that require me to use special equipment such as a cane, wheelchair, special bed, or special telephone? No. What is my blood pressure? Oh, come on, man. I don't know what my blood pressure is. Who the fuck knows their blood pressure? Fuck. Shit. I'm just going to say 120 over 70. I think that's good. I always have good let's just say this. What is good blood pressure? 120 over 80 or lower with the less than 80. Less than 120. So that's probably about right because my blood pressure is always really good. I never have high blood pressure. So we'll just go with that. I always have good blood pressure. gmail.com. All right, so let's send it. Let's submit. Okay. I submitted it, and I'm going to check my email for my results. So let's see how old I am in biological age. Your biological age score is ready. Now, this is based on how old my cells are, not my actual age in years. I'm 46 age in years, and my biological age, according to the test we just took, watch me take, 56. Oh, man. So there you go. I am clearly not in good shape for my age. I need to make some lifestyle changes if I'm 10 years older than I actually am. Oh, hello. Welcome to another dumb show. Thank you for joining me on issue number 236. Disregard the incorrect thumbnail. Did not have time to get up a correct one, or actually just forgot, not gonna lie. I forgot all about it. So, issue number 236. So good to have you guys with me on this Monday evening. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I had an eventful weekend. I actually had a really nice weekend, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. Don't forget, if you've not already hit the thumbs up on tonight's show, please take a second to thumbs up this biznitch and like it. Take your thumb out of your ass, hit the thumbs up, put your phone back in your ear. Don't forget, you can download the Another Dumb Show as an audio-only podcast. If you'd like to listen to my voice as a nice ASMR treat for you, you're welcome to do that. You can do that through YouTube Music. Download the audio-only version of Another Dumb Show. Or you can go on Instagram or TikTok or X and follow me at Another Dumb Show and watch all the different stuff. I just posted a pretty cool, fun video from my event this weekend. I had a great event that I did. I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Excuse me one sec. I got resin all over my thumb, and it keeps getting on my mouse. So I'm ruining my mouse as I try to use it here. So pardon me, guys. Excuse me. Shout out to the League of Dummies. I do believe we had Hoodie in there first today. Big ups to you, my dude. I appreciate you guys being in there first. I believe he's a League of Dummies member. Shout out to him. Shout out to everybody who is a League of Dummies member. I saw quite a few people re-up their membership over the past couple days. So I want to say thanks again for helping support the show. And you too can support the show by clicking the join button. Go to the Another Dumb Show homepage, click join, pick a tier level to help support the show. Can't do it without you guys. So please take a second, go support the show. It's $1.99 a month. If you want to keep us up and rolling, you can do $2.99 a month. You can go all the way up to $9.99 a month. So remember, there's no major corporation paying for this, guys. It's just me and all of you. So any donations you guys can put in to help keep this up and running, would be greatly appreciated. You might hear a lot of thudding and jumping right now. Oh, by the way, you can always call the show 844-844-HIT-TOM, 844-448-3862. One of these days I'll get that right. I'm distracted right now because poor Beanarina, my dog Darla, she, B1 guy lover, brought her over a little like chew stick. And Darla went to town on this chew stick, and it made her have to go to the bathroom really bad. And she's been, please get away from the camera. You get away from the camera. I'm talking to the cat now. But Darla has been jumping around, thudding. I know you probably saw the camera shaking. She had been chewing on this dog thing. Then it gave her the shits. And now she's been dragging her ass around the house and I had to put her in. I was trying to get her to stay in one room. If she wanted to do it, that's fine. Just do it in one room. Don't drag it from room to room to room. So I had to yell at her and tell her to get her to stay. And then I had to put up a little barrier to keep her in the other room. And she's just so, she's so distraught right now because I've probably yelled at her twice in all the time that I've had her, in over a year and a half. 2 years now, or however long I've had her. I don't yell at her. I love her so much, and I just let her get away with everything, but can't have you smearing shit from one fucking side of the house to the other. And it wasn't like I could run her outside because she wouldn't go. She was I had to physically pick her up and carry her, and I can't carry her out to she was mid poop, and it was just, it was such a fucking nightmare. So I yelled at her, and I feel bad because she just had to go to the bathroom. So anyway, sorry, Darla. I love you, honey, wherever you are. I don't know where you went, but I love you, baby. Speaking of love, much love to everybody who is in the Another Dumb Fantasy Football League Season 2, year 2024. I emailed everybody who made the cut for the league today. And when I say made the cut, we're the first 12 people to get back to me. Or I'm sorry, first 10 people, because Mikey and I are automatically in. But from there, I thought I saw him pop up there for a second. I think he's coming in a little bit late tonight. But I thought I saw him pop up. I might be going crazy. But if you are in the league, you got an email today. If you're not in the league, you didn't make it, unfortunately. And I did do it truly chronologically to make it fair for everybody who came in. So I sent out the email for people for last year, and I was waiting for everybody to get back to me, and I hadn't heard back, so I solicited for people on Instagram and on here to be a part of the league, and then I got some more people from there in the order that they all came in. So there he is. He is here. What's up, bro? How are you? Uh-oh. I got nothing. Uh-oh. We might have a reconnect. Nothing. Is the mic on? Muted? Like on the screen? No? All right. Well, it looks like we got no audio from Mikey right now. Do a reset real quick. That usually fixes it. Okay, cool. All right, Mikey's going to reboot his connection. Sometimes it gets weird. Let me double check, make sure I didn't do anything weird on that. Give me a sec. I'm just checking Mikey's video call. Make sure I didn't accidentally change something here on him. Audio source. Yep. No. Okay. Should be fine. Okay. Anyway, so back to the Fantasy Football League. And Vanilla Charlie says, I know you're getting into football mood, but with the Fantasy League, but how about them Guardians? Yes, the Guardians are in first place. Congratulations to them. They're looking very good. So big ups to the Gardos. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know a lot about them or a lot about their season. I did see something on Barstool from somebody saying that they need to make some sort of major trade before the end of the season or before the trade deadline to help them make a postseason run. And that's about the extent of what I know about the Guardians. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend. I will say in my fantasy or in my fake MLB 22 The Show League, we were able to trade for Ronald Acuna. We got him on the team, and Ketel Marte. They were doing the computer just did all these trades, and we ended up with some great players. So I don't know why they can't do that in real life. Anyway, back to football. yes, Crooked Orchids is that time of year where we will talk a lot about sports and a lot about football. So get used to it. And like I said, if you didn't make it into the league this year, I apologize. I just did try to do it chronologically. And if you didn't get an email, you are not in. So speaking of the league, I am a dumb doo-doo head idiot. So last year, we had this league. And we had all these teams in the league. We had the Wooies, John Gruden's Gmail. Because everybody, when you do a fantasy football league, you do a goofy, change your name. You do a silly name. Like mine was Another Dumb Team, obviously from Another Dumb Show. But like John Gruden's Gmail, that refers to a head coach in the NFL who got caught sending racist emails. So you can do silly takes on, pop culture references into your name. Not everybody does it, but some people do it. Like there's the Wooies who just came up with their own name. There's John Gruden's Gmail, sent from my iPhone, which is a reference to our show, which is really funny. Judge Judy, which is no longer with us, which was a good one. The Aegean Icarians, I don't know what that was necessarily. I think that was probably some sort of Greek reference. Bone Crusher, that was in Neighbor Dave's. A Googler, that's a reference to the old show. Super original. This is the one that really, and then there's Go Cup Yourself, Maru Raiders, it's supposed to be Marauders, it's Gold Crusher. And then the one that I saw last year, and it really just, it didn't dawn on me until today, because I had sent out the league, kind of details and said, hey, if you guys have any logos you want to use, send those to me because I'm going to be building graphics. And I get a picture from Ken, the coach of the Ocean Gate Titans. And in this email, let's see if I can find this email. Give me 1 sec here, guys. In this email, he sends a picture. Am I opening the right one? Hold on, I got 8 million emails here. So, here it is. This is from Ken. He sent, when I said for logos, I said, send it on over. This is what he sent me for his logo. A picture of the Ocean Gate. Well, this is the Cyclops one. But his name, the team name is the Ocean Gate Titans, which the entire season last year never dawned on me that he was talking about the failed Ocean Gate Titan sub that blew up underwater and killed all those people. I did not pick up on that whatsoever. That went whoosh. I mean, that went so far over my head. It was in another solar system. I mean, it did not even ring even a little bit of a bell to me. So that'll tell you what a dude-head dipshit that I am and what a sense of humor I have. But yes, that one whooshed, like you said, Pat, right over my head. I thought I saw Mikey pop back up there for a second. Yep, there he is. What's up, dude? You with me?
What up, buddy? Can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go. What's up, Home Slice? How are you?
Sorry, I was answering your email at the same time as it was loading and everything.
Ooh, I like
my new logo.
I like your new logo. That's very good. Here, let me pull it up.
AI is an amazing thing, bro.
Is that what you just had AI created for you?
Yep.
What did you type into the search?
Minnesota Viking Skull Crusher.
Oh, wow. That's fucking perfect, dude. That is really good. I mean, it came up with the, glowing purple eyes and everything. I mean, super detailed.
Thor's hammer, the skull of my enemy, the horned hat, dude. It's dope.
That is really cool. I'm gonna have to try to come up with something for mine at this point, because mine's just a stupid Captain Content logo on a Browns helmet. Dude, that's not very original.
Our draft went a record 7 hours and 10 minutes yesterday.
You did your legacy fantasy league draft with all your buddies yesterday.
Like a dynasty league. The dynasty league that Mr. Dumb will be an expansion team next year.
Yeah, baby. Another dumb team coming in. Another dumb team version 2. I might have to come up with a different name for that league. But yeah, so how does that work? I come in as because it's a
There's gonna be
dynasty
a
league, so
special-
you
There's going to be an expansion draft for the 2 teams joining, or 2 or 4. If we can expand by 4 teams and have a 16-team league, that's what we would prefer.
okay. You can do that.
Yeah.
I thought people capped it at 12 because it got to be too watered down if you had too many people in the league. Did he freeze?
Team that he's already made up.
Uh-oh. What's going on with this today?
Everything froze. Am I gone?
Uh-oh. I can hear you, but your computer. There you go. Now you're back.
Nope, now I'm back. This does this every once in a while. It's because it's the new internet that I got.
Oh, you got a new internet connection?
It goes between this free Spectrum service and my actual Spectrum service. So I don't know why it connects to the free one automatically. I have to almost like go into my laptop and go forget this network forever.
I was just about to say that's probably the only way to make that work.
So we have it,
so
not
it's
to
going-
spend all night talking fantasy football and boring everybody, but so for the 2 teams, there's a bunch of, every team has at least 4 keepers already. Some team have upwards to 7 keepers.
Keepers are
Every
players
team
you keep on your team season to season.
Forever.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless you trade them or release them. And every team that's active in the league right now will have to expose 2 of their keeper players to the franchise draft.
Okay. So
The 2 teams joining will have their own little fantasy draft and draft their team up to 4 keepers each.
okay.
If any teams in our league end up with less than 4 keepers after your draft, they'll get to pick 1 player from the pool of remaining players to fill out the rest of their roster. So beginning next year, at least every team has 4 franchise players on their team.
All right. Let me show a picture too. Okay, so that's going to be that's a lot for me to absorb right there. So I'll have to come back to you on that one because that's a lot for me to figure out. I think I followed you for the most part.
Expansion draft is going the same way that dude, I'll show you like the amount of work into this league. Like we're going to end up paying this dude an extra $100 next year. Everyone's going to throw in an extra 20 for all of his work. Like this is our draft order, handwritten. All the draft picks in the red is trades from other teams, the years they were traded.
He's
Like,
writing it by hand. Give that guy a laptop. Don't give him cash. Give him a laptop and a keyboard. Shit.
He's got one, but he's old school, dude. Composition notebooks of players' stats and everything. Like, dude, he's the most organized human being I've ever met.
Here's a picture of your draft board. I mean, it's really neat the amount of detail that goes into this. Where does he get all these player card things? Is that something you can order?
Dude, he orders it offline, and it comes with 12 or 14 teams, and then it comes with the player stickers, and obviously every position is a different color. They have everything from defensive backs to linemen.
Who are your keepers that they're obviously not in this because you
Down
already
at
have
my bottom 4 are my keepers.
Travis Kelce, Justin
Dalvin
Herbert,
Cook.
Justin Jefferson, and Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook isn't on a team.
He's still a free agent, but we got a couple of them that are like that. What's his name? Michael Thomas is still a free agent, and he's a keeper. Juju Smith-Schuster just got dropped today.
Wow. That's crazy. So you got Rashad White.
And
You
Dak
picked Rashad
Prescott
White
goes first overall.
and then you went so first round.
No, it's not the order. That's not the order. That's the order in which it was supposed to go. But I traded away my first round pick last year, if everyone remembers, for the Travis Kelce trade.
That's right. So
I didn't have the second overall pick. I didn't pick Devin White until the 4th round or the 2nd round. I had back-to-back picks in the 2nd round, and I went Rashad White, T.
Rashad White. Okay, I got you. Wow. T. Higgins, Tony Pollard, Jackson Smith and Jigba. He's good. Christian Watson, Jordan Love going to be throwing the ball to him a lot as long as that hamstring holds up. Yeah, you got a good team here, dude. I think you're going to be solid. Cowboys D, they were tough last year. A lot of turnovers.
And, dude, now that Mike Zimmer is back in Dallas coaching the defense because Dan Quinn is gone, Zimmer's a defensive mastermind.
Dan Quinn went to Washington, right?
Washington,
yeah.
Yep.
He was the defensive coordinator for them and then went over for Dallas and then went to Washington. So, did you hear me tell that story about Ken's team, the Ocean Gate Titans?
I didn't. I never put 2 and 2 together either.
You didn't either? It went right over. I just for some reason thought it was a cool name. Like he liked Remember the Titans, and he's from a city called Ocean Gate or something. I just, for whatever reason, I
Yeah.
don't know
Never
how I
thought
missed
about it.
that. So I'm going to use this for his logo actually, because I found this is the actual logo, the patch that they wore on their arms, which got ripped to shreds and imploded to nothing. How do you think that works with, like fabric and stuff? Like, cause obviously humans get, imploded to nothing in that kind of thing. What happens to all the fabric and all that?
They
Just
suck
shreds?
into anything or they blow up. It's got to like shred like the Hulk's clothes.
Yeah, it just implodes into itself and just shreds to like poof, like dust, and just shreds to nothing. I
Yeah.
guess I don't know.
Speaking of the Hulk, dude, what about Marvel's announcement? Dude, I got all excited over the weekend.
Well, hold on, we're gonna talk all about that later on. So hold on.
Yeah,
to
they
that.
just
We'll
a little
talk all
teased.
about
Perfect.
that.
All right.
Yep. But no, I was just speaking of like weird accidents that happen. I know you're not really into. Well, I don't know. You could be. This feels like something that a dude who's been lived a hard life might have listened to a little gospel in his time. You ever listen to gospel music? Get forced to listen to that in any of your stints or anything like that? No.
No, there never was real gospel. They had like music therapy and stuff like that, but we were able to pick our own playlists. And music therapy was pretty much you go around in a circle and everyone picks a song, and everyone kind of vibes out in the room to whatever the hell we all listen to.
Well, did they ever turn on the Nellens? That's a gospel group, obviously not if they didn't listen to gospel. Anyway, well, the Nellens, oh, hold on one second, I gotta close this one I'm working on here. They're a gospel group. They travel across the country. They, doing gospel shows and things like that. They were on their way to somewhere in northeast Wyoming, and they actually, well, I don't know exactly what went wrong. It looks like there was some sort of mechanical error in their Pilatus PC-12-47E turboprop airplane. Actually, here's a picture of the airplane.
What happens when you let Jesus take the yoke?
Well, unfortunately, there was some sort of mechanical problem, and there is speculation. I'm just going to go ahead and read to you what they speculate. And I think actually real quick, I might have a quick video of the Nellens here so you can see at least who we're talking about. And I think it's actually a video of them. Sorry to laugh about it, but I think it's them in front of the plane that they actually end up dying in. I don't know if it's right.
Flexing in front of their private prop plane?
Yeah, kind of. But I don't know that they were doing it. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if this was. I don't think this was the day that it happened. I think this was just like you said. They're just out in front of their prop plane talking about whatever.
The bountiful gifts of Jesus Christ.
There it is. And he's got some nice Ray-Ban shades too.
Alaskan cruise. We are on our way. We just landed in Nebraska City.
Different plane.
Different plane?
Yep.
Well, that was the picture. I showed a picture of just a stock photo, so it might have just.
Oh, okay. I thought that was their plane flying.
Yeah, no, I think it's the same. I don't know. You know what? You're a plane guy, so it might have been. Maybe it was totally the wrong plane. Let's look. Oh no, it looks like the right plane. Just different markings.
No, I was just saying because there was different markings and writings up at the top. I thought that was like an actual picture of their plane you had flying. I didn't know it was a stock picture.
Same model. That's what it was. So, all right. So here's them in front of that plane, just kind of hanging out, talking. And I'm trying to think. I'm trying to get all the names.
Nebraska City.
Nebraska City, yeah. I never looked.
And so our first stop, and then we're stopping. Where are we going? Montana. There's our wonderful pilot. This is the dude right there. It's Larry.
Nice shirt.
Co-pilot.
And this is the
Yes,
co-pilot.
He handles everything. This is.
All right, so there's music playing, so I got to turn it off. I didn't catch that until too late. But anyway, so there it is. That's the plane. Now, why am I talking about a random gospel group and their plane crash? I'm not a fan of the group. I don't know anything about them. The aircraft, which departed from Nebraska, was bound for Billings, Montana. That's where my dad had his motorcycle accident. Strange coincidence. Not even connected, but whatever. That's where it happened. Anyway, they're on their way to Billings, Montana. The thing that's so crazy about this is they were flying at about 26,000 feet. there was an equipment malfunction, and a plane expert, I guess his name, what's this guy's name? Dan Grider. He's a pilot and a crash investor, says that the extreme movements that they were making going 300 miles per hour, because I guess he was doing hard pitches and what is it called? You do a pitch and then what else? A yaw or whatever?
You come back up and dive. What are they trying to make him weightless?
I don't know what I think there was an equipment malfunction and he was trying to,
Oh, he was called. Okay, got you. Fighting
So-
with the plane. Got you. Okay.
Right. And they're saying that this happened at such a high speed that what could happen is called a domino effect, where the beginning of the plane starts to rip off because they're going at such a high extreme speed. And then everything else, the plane essentially just starts to peel off from the front to the back. And
Jesus.
these people, now I don't know if they're high enough that the altitude would knock them out, but essentially they're just flying in an open, now roller coaster with no wheels, plummeting towards the ground, seeing everything happening because they have no top on the plane. They're just getting. I don't know if you could see anything.
20,000 feet.
I don't know. I don't know if there's enough oxygen to stay alive or pass out. I don't really know. But either way, if it's happening slow enough that you say it starts to level out a little bit and you come to, that's a terrifying. I mean, it's bad enough in a plane crash, but at least when you're in the inside of it, you can't see anything. It's just happening so fast, then boom, you hit the ground.
I think they were probably unconscious, to be honest with you, because the average temperature at 26,000 feet is negative 40 degree Fahrenheit.
Oh, really? So they would do instantly freeze then?
I'd imagine, dude, with that amount of air, like I don't think you'd be able to breathe unless you had one of the oxygen things on.
Whoa. Well, it started plummeting from 26,000 feet. So who knows when it started ripping apart, though?
Dude, that's fucking scary. I'm never getting on a plane again.
Certainly not those kind. And I've been on these little kind of, never like a real private plane, but plenty of these little kind of puddle jumper kind of small.
Two rows, one on the left, one on the right. It only flies like 20 people and it's a 20-minute flight.
Yeah,
Feels like the whole thing's going to come apart.
That was the one where I was so fat. There were two rows on one side, and then I was on the one side. They made me move over to balance out the side of the plane when I was so fat. It was on the way back from, I think, Jamaica. It was very embarrassing.
I thought it was on the way. Wasn't it on the? Didn't you have to take a bus down to Florida, and then when you flew back, it was on that plane?
No, because this is when I was fat. I had lost weight by the time I went to
you were late.
to Florida.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
so this was in Jamaica. We had to fly back. We flew into Miami, and then I think we flew like Miami to Charlotte, and then a little plane back from Charlotte to Cleveland in one of those little 2-seater whatever. So I got another plane one for you. Excuse me, I got the hiccups all of a sudden. The audio of this is fantastic. There was a United flight, Mikey, that had to be diverted. I believe diverted to Cleveland, in fact, because of an incident that happened on the plane. And here's what went down on this United flight.
To the doctor, and I talked to the crew, and it sounds like it's quite bad back there. It's still really bad. The crew is vomiting, and passengers all around are asking for masks, etc. And it sounds like I think 20-minute flight to Cleveland is probably the better option instead of going an hour and 40 to straight ahead to Boston. Especially with it kind of being a biohazard. I think we need to probably get this plane on the ground ASAP.
So it happened again, Mikey. We've had another biohazard on a plane. Somebody, I don't know if you remember back in 2023, this incident that happened on a plane. This was a Delta flight, I believe. That's right. Here is the audio of this.
Negative. It's just a biohazard issue.
we've had a passenger who had diarrhea all the way through the airplane, so they want us to come back to Atlanta. Negative. It's just a biohazard issue. We've had a passenger who had diarrhea all the way through the airplane, so they want us to come back to Atlanta.
So it happened again.
I'd be throwing up everywhere, dude. If
dude.
somebody threw up on a plane, I could smell it. If somebody had a bad, like I don't do well. Like if I see somebody puke, I instantly puke.
You do? I have learned, I think, because of all my time working on the old show, I don't get reaction puke. The smell will cause it, but like if I just see somebody puke, I go, ooh, cool, they're puking. But if I get a big whiff of it, that's when the gagging starts and the gag reflex, and you can't do anything about it. But
I remember being like locked into a fair ride when it stopped, and the person directly across from me puked on the person next to them, and then somebody else puked, and then I was done. I was like all over the place, dude, spraying. Like what's that movie? The Exorcist.
I thought you were gonna say Stand By Me with the scene with the boom baba where he eats the pie and everybody starts puking and everything.
Yeah,
that's what you're talking about. Anyway, so yeah, speaking of eating and puking, I have a new idea. Mikey, I don't know if you were here the other day. I am really looking forward to my next eating challenge. I'm going to try to see if I can eat 3 boxes of cereal. I'm gonna do the Kelsey mix. Have you heard about the Kelsey mix? Were you here the other day when I talked about the Kelsey mix? I can't remember.
No, I didn't, but I was watching. That's the night I was watching. I thought I was gonna have enough energy to do it, but
there it
I
is.
was shot after that work day.
Reese Puffs, Lucky Charms, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, all mixed into one. I'm gonna get
What a horrible mix.
It really not the greatest mix.
There's 4 there. There's 4 though.
No, they don't. They show 4 in the picture, but they aren't doing the Honey Nut Cheerios too. For whatever reason, it's just Reese Puffs. Yeah, here I'll show you. It's their box, the Kelsey mix box, but you can see the Honey Nut Cheerios there to the left. For some reason, that didn't make the cut. They must. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. They must have said adding Cheerios into it will just make it not taste worse. I don't know.
Substitute Lucky Charms for the Honey Nut Cheerios, and that might be palatable.
I kind of feel the same way, but we'll find out how palatable it is. I'd like to try that.
Yep. I'll check the chat. I got you. But there ain't no way I'm doing that challenge. Food challenges for me, I think, are long in the past. Like I can't. I tried to eat a medium pizza the other night. I almost got sick. If I eat a bunch of food, then I get violently ill the next morning. So I'm kind of done with the extensive eating. So what's going on in the chat? What are you guys talking about?
That means you got to get your stomach stretched back out, buddy. That's the problem. You've been trying to eat right. Your tummy's got a little shrinkied. You need to get back to eating. Just have a couple good binge eating nights. So what? You throw up the next morning. So what? It's worth it for the stomach stretch.
Dude, it's violently getting sick though, dude. And then I have to scrub my beard because if not, the 90-degree heat starts to sweat, and then my beard sweats puke particles, dude.
Oh,
it's the worst.
That's so nasty. Sweating fucking.
Remember, I used to tell you I used to love going down on girls because then my beard would savor the flavor for the day, and I'd have that. But dude, having it be milky ice cream puke, it's the absolute worst.
Ugh, gross. That's it. You know what? The only time I hate having a beard is after I eat pizza. Because the grease from the pizza gets in my beard, especially cheap pizza.
Stays there. Chicken wings for me.
Oh, see, pizza. It's something about
ribs
the wing.
Or anything I have to eat with my hand.
No,
it's all over.
It's just that pizza grease, man. It gets in there, and there's no way to wash it out unless you literally physically take some soap and get it all out.
Scrub.
Yeah, so, beard's sometimes pretty nasty. Speaking of nasty, Mikey, UFC 304 went on this weekend. I did not get to watch it, but I know you were super excited about it. Now, I have a quick, this is what I read here, actually. Here, I'll just actually show this right here. This is a tweet I read, and I wonder what your opinion is on this tweet. Here it is. It says, UFC 304 is in the books and has changed the UFC forever. A flyweight contender has been cut. A new lightweight contender, Paddy Pimblett, was born. Tom Aspinall continues to dominate, and Bilal Muhammad became the new welterweight champion. Does that break it down pretty well for you right there? Good job,
It
Team
does,
Sport.
but not the UFC has changed forever. I mean, it was a snooze fest of a fucking pay-per-view.
Really? Was it really? It seemed like it was
Yeah,
exciting based on the way the social media reaction was to it. It seemed like it was a big deal.
The Tom Aspinall fight was stopped too early. Curtis Blades was not knocked out. I mean, he did flatten out and he was like defenseless for a little bit.
I
But
watched
it was an early stoppage.
I don't think that guy was getting up. I watched that.
Yeah, I don't think he was either, but he was far away from being knocked out. But I just, Tom Aspinall doesn't impress me that much. He really doesn't. I think John Jones runs through him.
Isn't John Jones, didn't he just get in trouble again for something?
I think he did, yeah. Yeah, probably, but he's still fighting in November.
I saw a video, a guy named Leon Edwards, I believe, that he lost, right?
Yep, he lost the decision to Bilal Muhammad.
Okay,
And
so
then,
Bilal
dude,
Muhammad
right
is the
after-
first Palestinian fighter to win in the UFC. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. What were you going to say? I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Oh, I was going to say, both of those guys were on long win streaks. Neither one of them have a personality. Bilal Muhammad fought Leon Edwards like 3 years ago in a short notice fight. And in the first round, Leon Edwards poked him in the eye so bad it ended the fight. Leon's ducked him for the last 3 years.
Yeah,
Nobody really fought with any type of urgency. It was a 5-round fight. Maybe Leon got dropped on his head a little bit.
Like
Nobody
that,
was
yeah.
leaking. Like it,
that looked like that hurt like a motherfucker.
that was the highlight of that fight.
Yeah, it's the entire weight of somebody's head. Now, that happened to me in a wrestling match when I was a kid. I got picked up over some dude's head, and he literally slammed me right down on top of my head and bent my neck the wrong way. And I'm pretty sure I got a concussion for that because I don't really remember the impact. I remember being on the ground and watching my mom run onto the mat and start yelling at the ref. So that was good. That was really nice.
But the fight was also happening live between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. in Manchester.
Why? So it
So
would be on
the-
prime time here?
The main event, those guys went on to fight at like 6:04 a.m.
That's odd. That's really weird. That's not cool to do to the fighters. Make us in the United States pay for make us just watch a replay.
Same
of
thing
everything
happens
else.
when they fight in like Riyadh and stuff like that. It's all designed to be prime time in America because that's most of pay-per-view buys.
I guess that makes sense, but damn, that sucks for these fighters. That fucking blows. I mean, but hey,
Oh,
you're gonna
throws
get
their
that
whole
money.
routine. These fans, the crowd was. I mean, there's a bunch of fighters from England, so I mean, it was pretty decent to watch all the guys from England fight and watch the crowd go nuts for them. Like the Paddy Pimblett fight was absolutely awesome.
Isn't he Irish?
No, he's a Scouser.
Oh, he is? I thought he was Irish for some reason. Okay, I'm an idiot. Never mind.
No,
Well, either way.
he's the English. He's the English Conor McGregor. The guy has a cult-like following.
Here he is. Here he is in the end of his fight. I believe this is the first round, correct?
Yeah, first time King Green.
A leg kick, a little choke. Locked him up. That's pretty sweet shit right there. I mean, you got to give that guy
Triangle
credit.
choke.
I mean, that was quick the way he got him submitted. It was almost as if he'd done, he'd watched enough tape of this guy that he knew if he could kick that leg out.
Pretty sure he broke his arm while he was unconscious.
I think I had. Did I pull the video of that? No, I didn't pull the video of it. Right here, just about, is where he breaks his arm.
Throws him into an armbar. He's unconscious and snap.
Patty did meet with him afterwards. I was gonna pull the video of it, but I didn't think we'd go on that long about it. But he did apologize to him for that. He said, "I thought you were going unconscious, and I thought I should stop, but I just realized I was just in the fight, so pop. So
Don't stop until the ref tells you to stop. If you let up early, you let somebody back in the fight. You got to go until they stop it.
yeah, I don't knock the guy one bit for doing it, but I do appreciate that he took the time to apologize to the dude and be like, look, I didn't mean to fucking snap your arm, dude. Well, why you couldn't fight at all. So
Those guys talked hella shit to each other before the fight, and they both were really respectful to each other after the fight.
I saw, and then I saw, what's his name? What's the guy that lost? What's his name?
King Green.
King Green. I saw him come out and say, he was like, look, I just had he pulled to Joe Biden. And he was like, bad night. Just had a bad night. Bad night, guys.
Guys from America fighting at 4 a.m. in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, I know. I just thought it was so funny that I haven't heard anybody else
he'd
really
never
say.
been submitted in his 15-year career. He's never been submitted, not once.
Wow, and then he went that fast. Well, that did it. I mean, because the way that happened so quickly, it felt like Patty did some research on that and knew that he kicks that leg out, his arms are going to go out, and he's going to get that fucking
Patty is a jiu-jitsu black belt. He's an incredible wrestler. He's tapped a lot of people. He's really put on a lot of skill when it comes to his stand-up. The dude really is the next up-and-coming star. He
like
really
him.
is. He's
fun.
got the
He's
personality
entertaining
for it. He's got
Hell
a
yeah.
cult-like following. And they've let him go slowly. So now he's finally in the top 15 rankings. He can actually call people out now. He's never called anybody out. He's never done anything like that.
I think
But
I
now
saw,
that he's ranked 15th, wherever he is, he actually called somebody out in the top 15.
I don't know if it was O'Malley or Strickland said that he thinks that he'll be in 2 fights, be ready for a title fight. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it makes sense. He'll probably jump in the top 10 after the next fight, and then top 5, and then they're probably ready for a championship fight.
Well, I'm looking
If
forward
he keeps
to
winning
seeing
this impressively.
I'm looking forward to seeing him because he's entertaining and I like him and I hope he does well. And he seems to have a good heart. Like I remember he after that fight I saw, or not I remember, I saw after that fight he did something where he said he won for this little boy, this little 7-year-old who had cancer, or something like that.
Passed away of cancer. The
Yeah,
fight
it's-
before that, he dedicated to his best friend that killed himself and talked about men's mental health in the middle of the ring.
That's right. I knew there was something else he said that gave me a reason to really like him. I just couldn't remember exactly what it was. But yeah, no,
And
good.
I love how much this dude floats between being in absolutely killer shape. And if you look at Paddy Pimblett out of fight camp, he's just a fat English dude that drinks a ton and eats a ton. Like he's got to walk around at close to like 190, 200 pounds, and he's got to lose close to 50 pounds to fight.
That's cool. Good for them. Hey, there's people who can do that shit and just swing back and forth like
Look
that.
Look up Paddy Pimblett before and after. You'd be so surprised what he looks like 3 months before a fight compared to what he looks like on fight night.
Holy shit.
It's unreal discipline.
No way. This can't be real.
Yeah, dude. It is real. I know what picture you're looking at.
All right, here we go. This is so the picture on that had to be on before he started fighting, the one on the right.
No, that's like him out of camp.
That is absolutely nuts. Wow.
He said when he's out of camp, he can't control what he eats.
What a fat fuck. I'm going to call him fat. You fat ass. He looks fatter than me in that
Fatty.
picture. Fatty Pimblett. That's funny. Well, I like that dude. I hope he keeps fighting and keeps winning. So good for him. And I'm glad he's got a cult following because those are fun. Speaking of people with cult followings, Donald Trump, Jake Paul squared off. I don't know if you saw this. They're getting ready to, this is the new big fight that's coming up.
I like it.
I don't know. They were at some crypto conference or whatever, and they ended up doing that.
Yeah, the
And
Bitcoin conference. Dave Smith spoke there too.
Dave Smith is a comic, right?
The
libertarian
dude
guy.
that'll be running for the libertarian. He'll be running on the libertarian nominee in 2028.
Yeah, the comic. Yeah, Dave Smith, this guy. Okay, so now I know who you're talking about. Okay. I always, for some reason, I always think he has a different name. He looks like a Nathan to me.
Dave Williams. I always call him Dave Williams.
But look at his picture of this guy. This is a Nathan. I don't care what anybody else says. This guy's name, this dude is a Nathan. Right there. That all day long. That's a Nathan.
Oh my God. He's so young.
Maybe an older version of him can get away with calling himself Dave, but I'm not gonna get away with that. Let him get away. I have a funny thing about names. So I DJ'd this wedding this weekend, and the groom's name was Brian, and the best man came up and started doing a speech about him, and apparently Brian, when he went to college, didn't like being called Brian. He wanted to be called his initials, which are BT. So when he went to college, he told all his new friends at college, no, just like that's his initials. He didn't want to go by Brian.
No,
for
I
whatever
know,
reason.
but it's the first thing I thought of was BTK killer.
BTK. And oddly enough, strangely enough, he is bald with glasses and a beard. So it's kind of a bad move to be BT. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. But anyway, he tells all his college friends that he wants to go by BT because all his buddies in high school call him BT. Then he goes back to high school, or goes back and meets all his high school buddies, and he goes, oh, just so you know, all these guys in college, they call me BT. Well, then comes the engagement, and then the guys from college and the guys from high school end up meeting up, and the gig is up because they somehow get down to the brass tacks of it and realize that they called it, he had socially engineered his friends to call him BT instead of his actual name, and they caught him in the whole big scheme of the whole thing, and that was a big part of it was hilarious. I always just thought it was very funny that, because I always hated my name when I was a kid. I hated Sean, and I always wanted a nickname. Like I wanted to go by something else, and then here I end up with fucking dumb. So be careful what you wish for, guys.
I had a couple nicknames when I was a kid, but I hated being named Mike because there were so many Mikes, dude. In every class that I was ever in for my entire life, there was at least two of us.
Yeah, lots of Mikes. I was fortunate, not a lot of Seans, so that's good. And the Seans I had a weird spelling, so I was kind of stuck out. But I just hated it. I hated being named Sean. Anyway.
Yeah, at least I got like the Cat or Cadillac.
Yeah, you had a cool nickname. Yeah, well, that's my last name. It turned into Streeter. That was my nickname. So in high school, and I couldn't be Streeter on the old show because it rhymed and sounded too much like Dieter. So it was just, you know what I mean?
Streeter and Dieter.
Yeah, it wouldn't work. It sounded ridiculous. So, and they wouldn't obviously let me be anything that was, unique or cool to myself. It just has to be whatever they create for me. So, anyway, I brought up Donald Trump a second ago, and he should be very pissed off right now, Mikey. And Mikey, you should be very pissed off about something that happened to Donald Trump, and well, pissed off about what happened to him, but then what happened after the fact, after the shooting or the attempted assassination of Trump, that famous picture went around, right? Remember, this picture, Mikey, where he's, people are getting it tattooed, and I'm surprised you haven't gotten it tattooed yet. Do you already have it? I was gonna say you grinned there for a second. You already have it lined up, ready to go. You got your guy.
Yeah, I would never get a Trump tattoo. I mean, I'm a Trump guy, but goddamn, that'd be horrible.
Did you see any of those?
Oh, I can imagine.
Oh, dude, let me show you. I got to show it to you. It's great. There's one it's quite possibly one of the worst tattoos you'll ever see in your life. Let's see, tattoo. I think this is the bad one. Let me see here.
There's not a good one. I can tell you that.
No, that's not it. No, there's one that is just absolutely... No, there's actually some good ones. Like this one right here is actually pretty good. Like here, look. Like that's pretty good.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. And then I can't remember if it goes on. Where's the other one I had? I swear I had a second one. There's the finished version, excuse me. This is the one that made me laugh.
I mean, I see the style you're going for, but goddamn, dude, that's bad.
Look at the difference in the talent between these two artists. I mean, my God, look at that, and then look at that. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. And there's another one, Mikey. I gotta find this Trump tattoo. There's one that's just so bad it went viral. Other than the one I just showed you. Where is the one?
Yeah, I can't figure out the X on his face. Like I can't.
I don't know what that. It's supposed to be a wrinkle, I think, or something like that. Here's actually another really good one. Actually, this is the one that was actually pretty good. And I think I have tattoo fever right now. I want to get a tattoo so bad.
My next one's coming up in November. Oh, that is a good one.
It's pretty good. Pretty fucking good. That's some friggin' artwork, man. What is going on with my phone right now?
Made them Secret Service members famous as shit.
Yeah, that one. Well, that's what I'm trying to find. Is there's a picture. There's one tattoo where the Secret Service agent looks like. I can't even describe it. It's such a bad draw. It's like the one of Trump, but even worse. He looks like a fucking. Oh, there it is. Let me see if I can find. Is that just a video of it? Come on, show me the picture. Fuck it. I can't find it. Anyway, it's a bad tattoo. That's all you need to know. The problem with this picture is, Mikey, and I just closed it, damn it. And the reason I need to keep showing it to you, you've seen it 100 times. Everybody knows this picture. But when it went viral right after the assassination attempt, this appeared on the bottom of it. Whoops. Wait, what is that one? Why is it doing that? This appeared on the bottom of it on Facebook. Altered photo. The same altered photo was checked in another post by independent fact checkers. And they threatened to actually remove this person from Facebook because they said it was a fake photo. So Facebook
Would they
had
do
to
like add the flag or something?
No. That thing down at the bottom, right there, where it says altered.
Yeah, it
photo.
says that it's an altered photo, but what's altered about it?
Nothing. That's the point. Nothing was altered on it. Facebook is.
Well, who's surprised that Zuck is trying to?
That's
censor.
the whole point. They're saying
Elon will keep it posted everywhere.
Well, Elon is on one today. Did you see what this fucking guy did today? Oh
nope,
man,
but I can't wait.
This guy is it's hilarious. I died when I saw it. And if I was a Democrat, full-blown Kamala supporter, I would be losing my fucking mind right now at what you're about to watch. Now, will give everybody a warning ahead of time. This does include artificial intelligence and doctored voices and representing a person saying something that they're not actually saying. This is about Kamala Harris. This is a political ad that is completely fake about Kamala Harris, but nonetheless, very well done.
I, Kamala Harris, am your Democrat candidate for president because Joe Biden finally exposed his senility at the debate. Thanks, Joe. I was selected because I am the ultimate diversity hire. I'm both a woman and a person of color. So if you criticize anything I say, you're both sexist and racist. I may not know the first thing about running the country, but remember, that's a good thing if you're a deep state puppet. I had 4 years under the tutelage of the ultimate deep state puppet, a wonderful mentor, Joe Biden. Joe taught me rule number 1, carefully hide your total incompetence. I take insignificant things and I discuss them as if they're significant. And I believe that exploring the significance of the insignificant is in itself significant.
Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time, and there is...
All right, so I don't know. It goes on and on and on for literally another minute, but I think they made their point. I don't know why they need to do a whole nother minute of it, but I have to say, the free speech activist and rights person in me says that's fair game. Parody is... after the Larry Flint thing, any sort of parody is legit. You're allowed to do parody in this country and satire.
Yeah.
It's free, part of free speech. Now, the use of the actual voice. I mean, you would never know that that's not her speaking unless I told
No,
you that.
absolutely
I mean,
not.
once you heard the contents of what she's saying, you'd be like, what the fuck is this? But, you know, if we weren't in, if we had no idea what AI was and one person knew what it was and was able to do this, the whole world right now would be thinking that she actually said that. Now,
Yeah.
the problem is there are dumb doo-doo head idiots who, people like me, who, you know, stuff goes right over their head. Fortunately, I read the news story and knew what was actually happening on this one, but there are going to be idiots out there who have no idea that this is fake. And
Oh, there's definitely some Trumpers out there that are like, oh my God, did you see this video of Kamala and blah, 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 blah. There's definitely some deranged people out there that are taking this video as gospel and sharing it on Facebook, and they're telling all their Bible Belt friends.
yes, and that's the problem, is it is too real. And I think we're going to get to a point where they're going to have to do something about that. I don't think that, you know, she's not necessarily my candidate. He's not necessarily my candidate. But if I was gung ho about somebody, and, you know, say I was gung ho about RFK, and they started just putting out all this goofy stuff about how, you know, he's talked crazy about the vaccine before, but, you know, just ramp it up, you know, like 10 and just say all kinds of crazy stuff like, oh,
You mean like talking about, I've got brain worms?
yeah, right. Well, I don't know that had anything to do with the vaccine. I think he claimed that it was from parasite or something he ate or whatever, and then the worm is now dead or something like that. But yes, that's what they would say in the ad. It would say, so, I'm RFK and I took the vaccine and I ended up with a brain worm. So,
And a voice like this.
yeah, that poor guy. I tell you what, he would have 1,000 million times better political career if his voice wasn't fucked. If he didn't
Absolutely. You can't have that dude speak for our country like that. You can't.
and it's so sad because
It'd be like having John Fetterman do it.
Well, John Fetterman, his is a stroke, and right, and what does RFK have? RFK illness. RFK Jr. RFK's illness was a bullet in the back of the head. RFK Jr.'s illness. RFK sounds raspy voice. He has spasmodic dysphonia, which is a laryngeal dysphonia, results in shaky, tight, or strained sounding voice. It does not affect other functions of the vocal cords, so he can laugh and cry or shout. So he should just be like, you just shout all the fucking time.
Always shout.
Yes, nonstop.
Same way like Jared Nathan, like a comedian that I listen to, if he talks regular, all he does is stutter, but if he sings or whispers, his stutter is completely gone.
Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird how the fucking human brain works? It's fucking crazy, dude.
Wild.
It's crazy. All right, now, Mikey, talking candidates here. Now, there was a big, I think CYX and my mom, and which are, you know, those are the backbone of the Democratic Party, or ladies like that, you know, older white women, black women. That's the backbone of the Democratic Party. And the backbone of the Democratic Party has been saying to me, Dom, he wants to be a dictator. I know you are not happy with the blue choices you have right now, but if you let Donald Trump get in office, he's going to try to be a dictator and not get out of office. And I said, that's crazy talk. What are you talking about? He's never said anything remotely close to that I've heard until I saw this.
And again, Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote.
Mikey, that's not good, man.
What do you mean? He's saying go out and vote for him. He's not going to have to vote again after that.
No, in 4 years.
He's not saying that.
He's saying
in 4 years. There's not going to be another election.
Bro, I feel like that's exactly what he's
asking
saying.
He's asking for their vote this time.
No, listen.
Right now.
Listen right here.
I love
did
you.
listen,
Get
but he's
out.
not
You
saying
got
Hold on. Let me play it. Hold on.
I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to.
We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote.
Yeah, we're not going to need the Christians voting 4 years. Everyone's going to be swung red. So it'll just be red, 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 red.
Oh. You're saying that he's saying that we will have fixed everything so well that you're not even going to
That
have to
people will
come
just
out and vote because all the Democrats will have become red?
Yeah. I think that's what his ego is saying. I don't think he's saying he's going to do away with elections and be a dictator.
I don't know, dude. That's what I took from it.
I think that's what the other side.
No,
that's because you heard it from two people. You heard it from two people that heard it that way. That was your introduction to it.
No. Dude, I can come up with my own opinions. I heard what they said, and this is the first instance I've seen of him saying anything like that.
And I didn't catch that at all. And not being biased because I'm a Trump guy or anything like that. If the guy was talking like that or whatever, I wouldn't be okay with it. But I think he's asking for their vote this one time specifically.
Would you so you wouldn't be? You are not okay on record with Trump doing another term, like eternally, like becoming the dictator.
No,
like you understand the rules.
Terms.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
that's good. All right,
that's it.
Because like right
he'll
now,
find some pony that'll mouth his opinion, and somebody that the Trump people will absolutely trust him to hand it off to. It'll probably end up being somebody in his family or something like that.
So CYX says January 6th. What more proof do people need? And she said January 6th, dumb. How's that for a dictator? January 6th was
whatever.
Yeah, Mikey's gonna say that it was an FBI inside job thing. It's so funny how both sides
just like 13 out of the 15 people involved in the governor's kidnapping plot, 13 out of the 15 people were FBI informants. 2 people outside of the FBI were part of that plot.
What's that have to do with January 6th though?
I'm just talking about conspiracies in general, how the government just
so I see what you're saying. I said, okay, so that's if they're doing one, why wouldn't they do the other? Okay, I'm with you. All right, fair enough.
Absolutely.
Well, having said that,
I mean, you see enough pictures and videos of cops and stuff just letting these people in.
Yeah,
they didn't put up a fight at the door.
You know what videos I've seen of cops just letting people in is Thomas Crooks and all this stuff that has come out over the past couple days about Thomas Crooks, the guy who tried to kill Donald Trump. Apparently he made more than 24 firearms related purchases, quote, whatever that means, starting a year ago. He was covering his tracks using a fake name. He was using a fake name trying to hide his activity online. And this is all according to law enforcement sources. Last spring, he began gearing up, making more than 25 separate purchases from online gun supply stores using an alias. So the planning was happening well before the rally. We don't know if the purchases were actual firearms, though. So maybe it was just bullets or bump stocks or some shit. Who knows?
Accessories, rangefinders.
That makes sense. He also, in the first half of 2024, bought, quote, 6 chemical precursors that he used to make rudimentary explosive devices that were found in his home and in his car. Those purchases were also made under an alias. So yeah, and it gets worse from there, Mikey. It turns out this guy was, quote, highly intelligent. His interest started in shooting as just a hobby, but rapidly progressed since around last September when he started taking formal firearms classes. So right when he started planning, it seems like. Day before the attack, he visited a local shooting range to practice his marksmanship with his father's DPMS DR-15 rifle. That's an AR-15 variant. Now, did you see those weird pictures of him where he's like a shot of him from behind over the top of his shoulder? You know what I'm talking about? This picture right here, Mikey. Now,
You can see the back of it. Yeah, that right there.
this picture right here, I said to myself, where did that picture come from? And how did we get it so
A
quickly?
drone taking a picture of him the night of the
No,
day of the shooting. Is that the shirt that he was wearing when he got shot?
that is the
Because
shirt he
everyone
was.
talked about that brand. It's the brand, and the owner of that brand came out that same day and released a video talking about him and everything.
Yep, I saw that. I talked a little bit about that. I didn't play the video, but I did talk about what that guy was going through, and he was visibly upset. I think he's a veterinarian, and he does he just has this happen to this kind of a patriotic kind of logo, and the guy somehow was a fan of it. I don't even understand how the guy ended up with the shirt. Obviously a fan of the YouTube channel or whatever, the Instagram channel, and ended up with the shirt. Here's the picture of that shirt again, so you know what we're talking about. But anyway, I was so confused about where that came from. It didn't make any sense to me. And it turns out, Mikey, they just started reporting this today. Crooks was spotted 90 minutes before the shooting. Not by those people that we saw just saying, hey, there's a guy walking around, da-da-da-da-da-da. No. This is by the authorities.
Probably by police.
The authorities, yes. The police witnessed him. And that is where the picture came from. Here is a text exchange. It starts off, it says, someone followed our lead and snuck in and parked by our cars, just so you know. And this is text messages from law enforcement going back and forth. This is one SWAT team member from the Pennsylvania Beaver County Emergency Service Unit. So one SWAT team member writes to his colleagues, someone followed our lead and snuck in and parked by our cars, just so you know. I'm just letting you know because you see me go out with my rifle and put it in my car, so he knows you guys are up there. He's sitting to the direct right on a picnic table about 50 yards from the exit. All right? So does that make any sense to you, what that sentence right there?
Just letting you know because he sees me go to my rifle and put it.
No. Because you see me go out with my rifle. This is what I'm saying.
It is weird.
It doesn't make any sense. I'm just letting you know because you see me go out with my rifle and put it in my car. So he knows. What does that mean that he knows you guys are up there? It doesn't make any sense. So I was confused by that. Then there is, for whatever reason, I don't know why this is
redacted.
blacked out. I don't know why it's redacted. Then we have a thumbs up and another redacted. Maybe that's the other phone number. I don't know. Is that how iPhones work? Is that showing the phone number maybe or the other person's name?
No.
Okay. Well, it gets. This is where that other picture. Then
Oh, it
comes
could
in.
be if it's a group chat.
It would show the other person's name. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, up
then.
at the
Okay.
top it would. Yep. All right.
But this is then what starts coming in. And notice the time. 4:26.
It's an hour later.
An hour
So
later.
they've been watching this dude for an hour.
Yep. I was so confused about where those photos came from, and now it turns out it's fucking SWAT member. I'm trying to, and it was a group chat, Mikey. It says right here.
All right.
Then another SWAT member wrote this about seeing Crooks. Kid learning around building we are in. AGR, I believe it is. I did see him with a rangefinder looking towards stage. FYI, if you want to notify Secret Service snipers to look out. I lost sight of him. Also a bike with a backpack sitting next to it in the rear of the building that was not seen earlier. And then it says,
AGR, an active guard reserve.
Kid learning around building we are in. Maybe it's supposed to be leaning.
Kid leaning around building we are in. Active guard reserve, I believe it is.
AGR.
I looked it up. Most of it means, unless it's adjusted gross revenue, but everything else is active guard reserve, which is AGR members receive the benefits and entitlements of their active duty counterparts, including pay. A member of the Army, Reserve, Air Force are highly qualified soldiers who meet full-time support requirements.
Wait, so you're telling me you think that this guy is being described as an AGR?
Yeah,
Like
maybe they think that he's some type
recognize
of
him?
off-duty soldier or something. No, maybe they just think, and following his actions, maybe they think that he is.
Oh, okay.
Because his actions, he's acting like a soldier, using a rangefinder and sneaking around.
All right, hold on. Let me, Michael K. Michael K. I'll grab you in 1 sec. Hang on, bro. All right, so there's that text, and then the response is call it into a command and have a uniform check it out. Now, this is where it gets even crazier, Mikey. That's the SWAT saying this to other SWAT members in a group chat, because it turns out the local police had no communication with the local SWAT before the shooting.
So they never
say that
reached out.
again. Let me say that again. Secret Service didn't communicate with local cops. Didn't speak until post-shooting is the headline. And I actually have some video of these guys talking about this. I totally forgot I had pulled all this video of these guys. Here is them talking about the lack of communication between the Secret Service and the Butler County, Pennsylvania SWAT team.
To get a face-to-face briefing with the Secret Service.
Hold on. I want to start over.
We were supposed to get a face-to-face briefing with the Secret Service snipers whenever they arrived, and that never happened. So I think that was probably a pivotal point where I started thinking things were wrong, because that never happened, and we had no communication with the Secret Service.
You had no communication with the Secret Service at all on that Saturday?
Not until after the shooting.
And by then?
It was too late.
So there you go.
No guidance, no direction, no team effort, no nothing. Everyone just acting independently.
And also, if you, like, how were you supposed to tell somebody if you saw anything? Like, that's the whole point. Look what ended up happening. They weren't able to say, hey, XYZ is over here. Like they say, we got a weird AGR or whatever.
The government tells us all the time, if you see something, say something.
Right. And all these civilians were, and then the police knew, and then still they had no way to communicate it with the Secret Service. They have to call a uniformed officer who then would be able to go check it out. And then what? The uniformed officers already have connection. They're able to tell Secret Service. Like, what?
There
was
had
the
to be
protocol?
somebody in command or somebody there that was in communication. There has to be, but somebody didn't go and report it to the next person or something. Like it's just the whole thing is fucking weird.
I watched a Secret Service agent say that there are too many. The chain of command is diluted because there are too many, like, assistant to the assistant to the assistant general manager's assistant.
All
that
Dwights.
kind of shit. Yes, a bunch of Dwight Schrutes. Exactly right. You took the words right out of my mouth. Here is the SWAT team talking more about the text message exchange that they had.
Text messages between local snipers show they noticed Thomas Matthew.
Well, here's the news, and then them talking about it.
Crooks at 4:26 p.m., nearly 2 hours before the attempted assassination that would injure Trump, kill a man, and severely hurt 2 others. You see me go out with my rifle, one of the snipers texted, so he knows you guys are up there. By 5:14 p.m., they grew suspicious.
He was looking up and down the building and just wandering around, and it just seemed out of place.
Greg Nichols snapped these photos of the shooter.
We had a text group between the local snipers that were on scene. I had sent those pictures out to that group and advised them of what I noticed and what I'd seen.
What do you think is transpiring once you...
This must be so fucking frustrating for that guy in particular. He's like, I had him. I have a picture of this motherfucker. I sent it around to everybody, and nothing was done. And he killed a guy, shot 3 other people. I mean, what the fuck? Like, that guy must be...
And not even guilt that he's got to feel it. Like, I tried to do it. I did my job. I reported it in a group chat. I told people to report it, and nothing was done. Like,
that's got to be absolutely infuriating. I don't know how he's keeping his cool right now.
Send in what you've sent in.
I assume that
they're go back here.
Transpiring once you send in what you've sent in.
I assumed that there would be somebody coming out to, speak with this individual or, find out what's going on.
Yeah. So how do you know if Greg's concerns about crooks are being relayed properly?
We don't. We have to assume that when he put that information out to command, that command took that information and did something with it.
Right.
We don't know if they did.
We were supposed to get a face-to-face briefing with the Secret Service snipers whenever they arrived.
We already played that one, but okay. So these guys are like, well, we did our fucking job. The people above us fucking dropped the fucking ball. And boy, did they.
I don't think the people above them dropped the ball. I think the people above them reported it and the Secret Service just let it go.
So you think the Secret Service is in on some sort of assassination attempt, some sort of coup kind of thing? I mean, say it if that's how you feel. Say it. I don't give a fuck.
Haven't they been involved before? I mean,
I don't know if the Secret Service was involved in anything. I know the if we go back to the Kennedy thing,
well,
the CIA
Secret Service, CIA, the deep state is interjected into every profession in the government. So somebody got that message and did nothing with it.
So, oh wow, okay, that's interesting. So you think there might be potentially, even if it's just something as simple as on the
and they knew about this.
Hold on.
This dude was on lists for 2 years.
It could be something as simple as what list? What are you talking about?
You said that this dude was under an alias for the last 2 years, stockpiling things and everything like that. He had to be on some federal list. They had to.
Oh, I thought you said. I thought you meant like you knew he was on some list. So you're just speculating.
No. I would just assume yes.
No, I forgot what I was even going to say. Damn it! Fuck. Oh well. Anyway,
my bad.
It's okay. Michael K. I usually think you should. Oh, hold on. That's one thing I was going to say. You should turn your headphones up because a lot of times I think you don't hear me. So I think you should just turn it up in my ear because I think a lot of times you start talking over me, and I think it's because you actually don't physically hear me. So there you go, which is fine. Michael K., you're on Another Dumb Show. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, buddy? Hey, Mikey. I don't know if he can hear me because I just heard you tell him to turn his headphones down. But
no, I was
if I'm correct, didn't this guy use his dad's weapon to try to take out the Trumper?
That's what the
rifle belonged to his dad, correct?
That's what from last I heard.
So I wonder if they're going to go after him because I don't know if you remember what happened last year up here in Michigan with that school shooter. I know they're two totally different scenarios, but both his parents are going to prison for a long time.
Oh, that's a totally different situation. And, that's a situation like what happened to me.
I'm just saying to the FBI. If they want to cover something up, why not just pin it on some other scapegoat?
I don't know.
The father needs to be responsible for his firearms. I think that's why the father and the mother.
And then I have one more thing.
Okay.
All right. Hey, Dumb, remember your pizza challenge the other day?
My who?
Your pizza challenge the other day.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I was on YouTube today, and for some reason a short brought up, but have you ever seen the video of that clown, Joe Rogan, and Elon eating pizza together?
I think I've heard the clip of it.
It's insane. You should listen to the way they chew. They sound like two cows out in the field chowing cud. It's embarrassing.
Well, I mean, that's just part of, okay, because they're eating on air, or
nobody chews like that. Nobody chews like that.
Have you heard me?
Okay.
Are you fucking kidding me? I'm the fucking nastiest eater alive. I'm disgusting. I watch the video and listen to me chew. It's fucking gross.
It's absolutely like unbearable listening to it. There was an episode of Two Bears, One Cave from 2 weeks ago where they ate people's last meals. Like famous prisoners, they ate their actual last meals on air. And it was the most disgusting episode of any podcast radio I've ever listened to my entire life. Is Bert eating food on a mic. He puts you to shame, bro.
Really? Oh, okay.
Oh my
pretty
God,
gross.
dude.
I'm really gross.
You are pretty gross, dude, because the groaning and the sex sounds that come with you eating is absolutely like two different ends of the spectrum. Like it's like George eating the pastrami in bed in Seinfeld. Like
I just get turned on, man. What do you want from me? I love eating. I love when I can finally get some good food in me. All right, real quick. I do have I went to go see Deadpool and Wolverine last night.
Oh, yes, I know. You told me about it. I got jealous horribly.
Well, let's take a quick break, and we'll come back, and I will give my Deadpool and Wolverine review without any spoilers. I will do my best not to spoil anything for anybody. If I do, I'll edit it out. So,
and I'll talk a little bit about The Boys too, because I'm halfway through season 1, or season 4. Or you want to wait till I'm done?
Yeah, because I want your reaction in particular to a specific scene. So you have to. I am waiting until
reaction
you see
to one of the scenes I saw that was absolutely disgusting.
Was it the web weaver scene
in the sauna?
No, the sauna scene was enough. That actually made me not like that show. It's so.
I agree.
Not because it's
like I'm having a hard time watching it in the way that they're politicizing this, and like I can't believe they can use these actual names. I don't understand how they're mentioning Buttigieg and AOC, and like I cannot believe they're using actual names.
It is, especially considering where it ends up going. It's So I just watched the season finale of it. So once you see, you'll know exactly which scene I think I'm talking about. I mean, like that scene in the sauna.
I'll be done with it tonight.
Yeah, that scene in the sauna. I think the one that you need to watch is 5 or 6. So I think you're right there. But
I'm right there.
It has a lot to do with. Well, I don't want to blow anything. I'll watch it. Let you watch it.
Yeah,
so let's do this. Let's take a quick break. When I come back from break, we will. I'll give my Deadpool and Wolverine review. And in the meantime, you guys get your kids. I don't know, what did we even talk about earlier? Oh, tell them to go in the other room and start catching up on football. Get them ready for fantasy football in their future. While you guys, because second hour is always happy hour here. Second hour is always happy. God, what is wrong with my voice today? I'm all like burpy from this beer. I'm all like, I can hardly talk. So yeah, second hour is always happy hour here on Another Dumb Show. We're getting sauced, baby. So put your kids in the other room. Put on some Donald Trump or UFC or whatever the fuck I was talking about earlier, and then slam the door, get your drinky drink on, your moky on, and we'll be right back on Another Dumb Show. Sit tight. burned one during that break. That sucker, that hit like a mother. Hell yeah. All right. Welcome back to another Dumb Show, issue number 236. So good to have you guys here with me. You know how it feels so good. It feels so right having you guys streaming on my tube at nights. All right. By the way, I took a look at how many people are watching and how many likes there are. If you could get your thumbs out of your ass and hit the thumbs up on your phone, that would be great. I would really appreciate it. Please, thumbs up, guys. What are you doing? You believe these fucking guys, Mikey? Over here watching and not hitting thumbs up?
Shout out to Strictly Business if any of my boys from the league are watching the podcast tonight. Because they were all excited yesterday when I was talking about the podcast and then I was on with you. It just so happens that all the guys in my league are all like my age, maybe a little bit older. Yeah. And they are all giant fans of you as well. Like they got all giddy and excited.
That's awesome.
And
Good
they were
stuff.
all asked for the name of the podcast and they all subbed while we were there. So shout out to those guys if they're still watching.
Yeah, shout out Strictly Business Crew. Is that the name of the league or what?
Strictly Business.
Strictly Business. All right. Well, I'm excited to be a part of it. Well, I'm going to bore them real quick because I'm going to play. I mentioned that that video of the wedding that I played, so I figured, fuck it, I'm just going to play it because I mentioned it, so I might as well show the guy. And I put this together today. It's about a minute long. It's got to be muted for a lot of it because it's got all the, it's got music in it, but I'll pop it in on and off so you can kind of get an idea of what I did here. Now, this couple, you're going to hear these songs and go, Jesus Christ, Sean, dumb. You play any new music? What the fuck? What is all this old music? Well, this couple, while they're younger than me, probably in their mid-30s, if that, they wanted older music. I mean, they requested like Brick House in September, and like their must plays were all like older songs.
Good.
So I had to, which is fine for me because when I first started DJing, I was doing a lot of older people's weddings, so I was doing that. Like I just have that's kind of my wheelhouse back in the day. Now I get more, I do more current stuff. So this was kind of like, ooh, I get to fall back on my old wedding days, put together a new playlist with some of the older stuff, and then pop into new stuff towards the end of the night. It was great. I killed this wedding. Where do you see this fucking dance floor? It's fucking awesome. Check this shit out. It's fucking badass. So we start with the Beatles, Twist and Shout. Nice start. That's the first song of the night always for me. Is unless they say otherwise, Twist and Shout is my opener. It's my little tradition for myself. The first song I ever played at a wedding was Twist and Shout, and so I said, well, fuck it, and it worked. It was full. The dance floor was full.
Good choice.
Yeah, it's good. Because everybody knows the Beatles. It's probably their only real danceable song. So it works out. People seem to love it. Right. Yeah, and people really like it. I probably should have I didn't record the end of it because I'm switching into the next song, and I'm doing the same thing. Like I'm doing the like I get back there and I fucking have some fun. I'm not just back there picking my nose. But so we pop into the next song. I can't remember what the next one was, but here we go. It fades. Oh, this was the best part. So there's a little shipping out to Boston because he is by the Dropkick Murphys because he's from Boston. So in the song before that, they had on their must playlist, and it was kind of a neat group because out of all those people that are in this room, one table is from Cleveland, and then the bride. Everybody else is from out of town. They had people from out of the country and everything. It was pretty fucking sweet.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, and so
a nice little collective of people, nice diverse group.
Total diverse group. It was great. And I think that's part of the reasons why maybe they like the older music because it's more universal. Everybody kind of likes it. And so they had the Cleveland Rocks. Have you ever heard that song? I'm sure from like the Drew Carey show. Cleveland Rocks. So they had that on the list. And I'm thinking to myself, I played that. And I'm like, as I'm playing that, I'm thinking to myself, there's like 9 people from Cleveland here. Everybody else is from Boston. Or, whoa, what the fuck? Apparently I forgot to turn that off. Everybody else is from Boston, so I might as well fucking drop in shipping out to Boston or whatever. And these dudes went fucking berserk. It was so awesome. So that's when they ended up picking up the BTK I'm sorry, BT. And he got up there. And then here's a little Whitney. What, did I mute it? Oh, I never switched over to it. What a fucking dipshit I am. There he is up there. And you can see why I said that. Like, you said that, by the way. He just happened. I didn't call him BTK, if you guys are watching. He just happened
No, that was
to be
all
both.
me.
That was all you.
And just said with all due respect, kind sir.
Yeah, it was so there. I mean, look at that shot, dude. How fucking look at this fucking guy's face. I mean, how fucking. I showed this to B1 earlier, and she was, if I saw this online and I was looking for a DJ, I would book you in a second. And I was like,
yeah,
really?
Absolutely.
And she's like, and I haven't even gotten to the good part yet. Like, so here, this is
Dude, every
early.
table is empty. Usually you got a bunch of people sitting at the tables watching the dancers.
Yeah.
You've got a full dance floor at the beginning of the night. Like, that's very hard to do.
It's light outside still. I mean, and they're out there ready to party. So, all right. So it goes into that, starts to get a little darker. Then we got little Whitney. They got the little baby out there. I mean, look at all those fucking people. It was fucking crazy.
It's the whole wedding party's out there. That's dope.
And then it goes into, we got a little dancing queen. Again, they wanted all this old stuff, so I was like, fuck it. And then we get, what is one of my favorites? There you go, little Apache. Everybody fucking jumping on it. And what we got, a little Mr. Brightside. So there you go. It goes on all night. And then this was my favorite part of the night. It fucking turned into a fucking straight up rave. I told them, cut the fucking lights. And I fucking played Sandstorm. And these people went absolutely jumped off. It was so much fucking fun, dude.
First concert I ever saw was Darude Sandstorm.
Are you serious? You saw Sandstorm live?
Yeah, dude. I was like 14 years old. My cousin snuck me into the club.
That's awesome. You glow stick it up and fucking
Dude, I was shot, dude. It was like the first or second time I had smoked a bunch of weed. Dude, I was so roasted. My cousin and his buddies used to be, because they're all 7-8 years older than me, I was the guinea pig. So they would give me like a bunch of nitrous, a bunch of whatever, and get me all messed up and just, let me loose.
Hell yeah, man. So were you rolling nuts during that?
No, not when I was 14. I don't think
far.
they gave me anything like that.
Okay, cool. That would be pretty cool.
I think I did some GHB though.
Oh, geez, really? The date rate drop? Did you pass out?
Yeah. No, we used to do it in little capfuls, just enough to like. The best way I can explain it is Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, I knew a dude that used to take it. He used to like to do that stuff pretty frequently. Actually, he would do it like, and I think he actually mixed his with codeine, and like he was doing lean, his own weird version of lean. Yeah, back in the day. So, well, speaking of people who love drugs, there was a big announcement this weekend. Let me play the video here. Pretty interesting announcement. I was a little surprised by it, but after what I watched yesterday, not terribly surprised. Here, let me zoom in here on this clip because it's far away. This is the Russo brothers, Cleveland natives, at the Comic-Con this past weekend, introducing the new, well, I'll just play it.
We give you the one person who could play Victor Von Doom.
Dr. Doom. Fake shout. It was Robert Downey Jr. is who it was. So yeah, Robert Downey Jr. came out and here's the actual picture of him doing it. Come on.
Got so many questions.
Dude, where to start? So here's the actual
I've got so many questions. Like, is this a multiverse twist where it truly is Tony Stark has become him? Is this just a completely new character that he's playing, completely just no attachment at all to it? So many questions.
Unless they are doing some sort of weird multiverse where Tony Stark becomes Dr. Doom, this is the dumbest thing they have ever done in the history of anything. This is.
Oh, see, I like it.
This would be like if Christopher Reeve hadn't died and the Superman from the 70s continued throughout the 80s into the 90s, and it was a big long series, and then somehow Superman goes off to another universe is no longer part of the story, and they think he even has died, and they then bring Christopher Reeve back as Brainiac. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life, if that's what they're doing, is that bringing the most iconic actor back as really a low-level, mid-level Fantastic Four villain. I mean, the Fantastic Four is like the joke of...
He's going to be, I think, pretty sure he's going to be the main villain now. It's not going to be Kang anymore.
Well, they can't do that because Jonathan Majors guy got busted for beating up his girlfriend and everything. So
yeah,
they can't do anything
so
with
they had
Kang
to pull
anymore.
some type of pivot.
Well, they didn't pivot
But there's
got
to be some weird twist. There's going to be some weird twist or some way they tie this together.
It's quite possible, Mikey, because like I said, yesterday, I went to go see Deadpool and Wolverine.
I tried to see it this weekend. Every Showtime completely sold out. Unless I wanted to get those stupid D-box seats, and I'm not paying $23 for a ticket.
I ended up paying, it was, well, I think for the two, because I went with B1, we went to a 7 o'clock show last night. I think it was
$26 or $32.
33, I think, for the two of us, I think, if I remember correctly.
16, $17 each.
Yeah, so that wasn't terrible. It was, and it's worth it because I don't go to the movies that often, and I wanted to see it on a big screen. And I'm kicking myself now because I should have gone to an earlier show in the Real D 3D theater because I think it might have been looked a little cooler in 3D, and the screen would have been bigger. So that was a little bit of a bummer because I went to an AMC instead of, like, we have Cinemarks here, which usually have bigger theaters. The AMCs have one big theater.
Yeah, I'm a Cinemark guy. I'm part of the Cinemark like movie pass that I pay $9.99 a month for, and they get the free ticket, no online surcharges. Every other ticket's $9 regardless of what I'm going to see.
There you go. So that's worth it if you go to movies a lot. I'm usually too busy or don't feel like going to a movie, or I'll usually wait for them to come out. But this one I had to see because there's going to be so many spoilers. I stayed offline all weekend for the most part to avoid any spoilers. Because this movie I knew was going to be filled. Well, the main spoiler I was trying to avoid was who Lady Deadpool was, because I was convinced it was Taylor Swift. B1 and I had talked about it. She was convinced it was Blake Lively. I was convinced it was Taylor Swift. I will let you guys watch it to see who it is. So that was the main reason I wanted to see it, really, and stayed off social media. But so, in a nutshell, let me kind of go through the movie without spoiling too much. I'm trying to think where to kind of start without. So, Mike, you kind of alluded to multiverse stuff. Obviously, the multiverse has to come into play in this movie. I don't think I'm spoiling anything.
Yeah,
if you are a Marvel fan, you know there's going to be some sort of multiverse.
This is the first true crossover film, kind of, where the mutants and Marvel timeline have crossed.
Correct. And that's where Deadpool comes in, because Deadpool is kind of the bridge between those two universes, essentially, the MCU and the Fox universe of the X-Men. So, in a nutshell, hilarious. Laughed, a lot of laugh out loud moments for sure. I laughed quite frequently.
The chemistry between Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds and those guys being best friends had to be absolutely fucking perfect.
It was great. There's so many little inside jokes. If you follow the two of them, it's so great. However, the plot of this movie is terrible. It is one of the most convoluted, bad superhero movie timelines with no give a fucks about it. Didn't give a fuck about the time story, the story. It was, the plot was dumb. It was
I kind of assumed that beforehand because the way they interviewed it, and he said, you don't have to watch any of the previous movies, anything like that. You can watch this just as a standalone movie. That's where I kind of assumed that the plot was going to be.
Yeah,
exactly what you said.
You did need to watch probably to be in the loop. I would make sure, and I know you've already watched this, but you need to watch Loki
Okay.
You need to be, and that's, I guess that's kind of a spoiler, but not really. If you haven't watched Loki, if you have watched it, then you do the math. Now, it was, and I said this to B1 earlier, who was about 5 minutes before the movie, she looked at me as like we're pulling into the theater. She looked at me and she went, "Oh my God, this is going to be a bunch of multi-universes and time stuff, isn't it?" And I said, "Yeah, of course. What do you think?" I go, and I said to her something very specific that has to do with the story, so I don't want to give it away. Even though I hadn't watched it yet, I knew what they had to do in order to make something work, if you know anything about the history of Wolverine. So I said, of course. And I said that to her and she goes, "Oh, no." And I just watched her go from being so excited about seeing this movie at the potential of seeing Taylor Swift. I watched her go, "Oh," because she cannot keep up with Inception is her least favorite movie of all time. She cannot handle time stuff.
Great movie.
The dreams in levels of dreams and stuff slowing down. And then you throw a multiverse on top of it and these kind of movies and she fucking, it makes her head explode so she can't fucking handle it.
She was a real big fan of Tenet, huh?
Say that again, you cut out.
She was a real big fan of Tenet.
Didn't hate, she hated that movie. I hated that movie too, but she hated it even more. That's the one where everything's backwards, right? Isn't that what it was?
Yeah.
Or it goes backwards at different times. Or
going forward and backward at the same time, and trying to.
Yeah, Memento. She hates Memento because that was the one that's like all backwards or whatever, which is such a great movie. But anyway, yeah. So she was not, she was kind of a little bit, oh shit, what did I get myself into? And then she got in there and she was laughing a lot, I have to say. She was laughing quite a bit. I was laughing quite a bit because the movie is filled with incredible cameos. If you're especially into the Marvel Universe and, past stuff, all the cameos are great. Some unexpected ones. One that's really fucking hilarious, the way they do it. But I would say overall, the movie is a 2-hour meme, Mikey. That's what it is.
To be honest with you, that's what I expect from Deadpool movies. They're a one watch for me.
Yes,
like I enjoy them the first time through, and I can't really stand it the second time through. It's just like it's a popcorn flick to me. So my expectations aren't going in there that this is going to be the Marvel movie that sets up the timeline for the next 10 years or anything like that. I expect to go in there and laugh like an absolute buffoon for a couple hours and then be done with it.
The problem with that is, for me, is Wolverine's a very personal character to me. I love Wolverine. It's Superman, Hulk, Wolverine for me. And Hulk and Wolverine are the rage. I think just lets him. Yeah, I think the Hulk wins just because I know he's him and Wolverine had a good fight, but he won the fight. Wolverine survived. Just threw him on different sides of the world, and he found his way back together. But anyway, so speaking of the Hulk, great preview. Keep that in mind.
That was my next question.
Pretty good preview. Pretty good preview. Couple, I will, some great references in this movie for sure. For the big guy, big green monster, and others. But I gotta tell you, the problem is, as a Wolverine guy, while I did get some of the Wolverine rage I was looking for, now that it's not Fox and it's kind of moved over and Deadpool's so kind of graphic that I was expecting some super graphic Wolverine stuff. Some of
like a Logan type deal, because Logan was super graphic, and
you do get some of that. I was looking for even more. And especially because of what they teased in the preview about how he's the worst Wolverine. Which they they set it up in the preview to be a certain way, like, you know, he let everybody down. But I, in my mind, knew what that meant. If you're, and I'm not going to blow it for you, but if you're a Wolverine fan,
I've only seen.
You know what that means.
The one trailer that we showed on this show is the only time I've ever seen the trailer for it. I haven't seen any other clips, trailers, or anything for it.
Well, yeah, I mean that's just the one thing they said in that trailer, and what it means to the general public watching it means one thing. Oh, I let everybody down, you know, because you know I wasn't there for the team or whatever. That's what it's implying. In my mind, a Wolverine fanatic went, "Oh, I know what that means. I know what that means." So I'll leave it to the movie for you guys to figure that out, but because I don't want to spoil anything. But they should have shown it in the movie. This is what kills me. Like there's so many opportunities. Instead, we got a montage instead of what could have been something that could have been epic for Wolverine in his new world where he's allowed to be the Wolverine we all know and love. You know what I mean?
Yellow suited Wolverine, our introduction to him.
Dude, it's so awesome. Dude, there was a moment, I will say there was a moment in the movie where I audibly yelled out loud, almost yelled, "Oh, fuck yeah." Just like that. Like it was, I had a nerd boner. I was fucking nerd bonered out, man. I was so excited at what happened. It was the coolest thing.
That was me standing up screaming when Captain America picked up Mjolnir. That was me going absolutely nuts in the movie theater.
You'll know exactly what happened or what part of it. And you know, you're gonna think it's one moment, but it's actually another. I know when you watch it, you're gonna go, "Oh, that's what Dom loved." But it's okay. Another moment. It's another moment. So I'll see if you can figure it out.
I'm seeing it next weekend. So
are you really? Great? Okay, cool. So
yeah.
Now I will say, I'm glad I went to go see it. While it wasn't the greatest film I've ever seen in my life, I know it's a Deadpool movie and a Marvel movie, so I don't know what I was expecting out of a plot. I maybe was looking, like you said, looking for some more of a setup for a universe and where it's going to go from here and how it ties into the Avengers and all these upcoming other movies.
The last few Marvel movies have been kind of lackluster plot-wise, and they're not really pointing in any major direction, to be honest with you. Like there is, I know that there's 2 Avengers movies coming out over the next 2 years, and I got no real
Russo brothers, by the way, are in on
it. Previously, there was already a tease of Thanos, 3 movies before the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? There was this general idea. Now that Jonathan Majors is gone and Kang is gone, it leaves this blank space.
Did you see the Galactus?
Galactus. What's the Galactus?
Galactus.
Oh, yes. The big universe-looking thing.
Yeah. If you're a Fantastic Four guy, you should definitely know Galactus. But anyway, so there's
yes.
that, and I saw this online. So if you want to find that, it had nothing to do with what I saw this weekend. But so yeah, there's a first look of what Galactus looks like. If you want to see that, if you want to look just look it up on Twitter. It's actually pretty fucking cool.
This is the problem. I don't rewatch the Marvel movies anymore. Before, when I was really into it when I was younger, I would rewatch every single one from the beginning. I've been through the first 23 movies probably 5 or 6 times.
There is one movie I will rewatch. I never rewatch movies. Almost, 2 movies. I lied. 2 movies I will rewatch. Castaway.
In that timeline? Oh, really? Castaway?
Castaway might be my favorite movie. Well, Rocky IV is my favorite movie. I could watch Rocky IV over and over and over again. Literally, I could sit and just watch it all day, over and over again. Castaway, same way. I love Castaway. I could turn on B1 that used to play this game with me because they used to put Castaway on all the time. It would be on constantly.
It was like a TNT special.
I would be able to turn it on at any point in the movie, or I would see how far before I turned it on. I'd see how far it was in the guide, and I would be able to say, I would say this is right where he knocks his tooth out. and it would literally be right in that moment. It would be somewhere in that scene where he's knocked. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be exactly the moment he knocked his tooth out.
No,
I'd
but you'd be within that actual scene.
He'd
though,
be
either
doing this
before
shit
or after it, right there.
Yeah, it was always got it right. It was a fun little game we played. But yeah, I love that movie and Rocky IV. The only ones I'll rewatch. I don't care to rewatch. Man of Steel. I lied. I will rewatch Man of Steel. Those are the 3 movies.
Mine's a weird one.
What is yours?
The Accountant.
The Accountant, I wouldn't seek out to turn it back on or to turn it on, but I will leave it on if I see The Accountant because I do like that movie.
The other one with Ben Affleck, Jeremy Renner, the Boston bank robbers.
The Town? Is that what it's
Yes.
called? Yeah, it's a good one too. That's a good one too. I know it's going to happen in that one, so I can't really. It's like The Departed, one of the greatest movies of all time. Can't really watch it more than once. You know what I mean?
I can't rewatch that again either.
Yeah, you just can't. It's too obvious. You know, at that point, you're like, oh yeah, no, obviously. So yeah, that's it. I recommend people go see it. I don't think it's going to be anybody's favorite Marvel movie at all, unless you're just a casual. If you're a casual comic book movie fan, like be one. Well, no, I take that back because I thought she left the movie liking it, but then she came over today and said, actually, that wasn't a very good movie we saw. It was funny, but it wasn't a very good movie. And she's right. It really wasn't a very good movie, but there were plenty of good moments made for comic book nerds. So in that sense, it's just a comic book nerd meme for 2 hours, which is... That's what Deadpool's, I guess, kind of
popcorn flick.
Yeah, I guess that's what Deadpool's kind of supposed to be anyway. So, it is good. There's, I think they showed Dogpool in the previews, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that was during that B1 was dying because he's just making out with this dog, like just licking it and tongue kissing, and just I kind of catch her out of the corner of my eye looking at me, and she goes, "That is you and Darla. That's exactly what this is like." And then, basically he does anything for this dog in this movie, and she's like, "You would do that. You would definitely do that to get this dog." So, yeah, that's my little Bean Arena. She's my super pup, but she's mad at me right now because I yelled at her. I don't know if you heard that, Mikey, but I mentioned it before the show.
She's got the itchy, scratchy buddies, and you're not letting her scratch her butt.
Do it in one room. You do it all you want. You go in circles in the kitchen. I'll clean it up in a minute.
You've got hardwoods, and
I know.
And you don't even have a floor that gives the butt satisfaction.
I'm also worried about her. Like there's a little lip between the kitchen and the living room, and I've dragged stuff across it, and it's kind of like raised, like so it goes like this.
Yeah.
And I'm worried she's gonna catch
find that lip because it's gonna itch it for her.
No, she's gonna rip her butthole.
Itch. What she really needs is like a carpet for you to put down so she can do little circles on it.
No, it's going to catch on her butt. She's going to have a fucking giant wizard sleeve hanging out, and I'm going to have to take her to the fucking vet. I don't have time for that shit. So, CYS wants to point out, Mikey, you have a great memory, which is amazing considering your history of drug use. So, a compliment with the backhand with it.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. I have photographic memory.
Yeah, my dad has
I'm really
always
good at calling out actors and stuff like that. That's one of the biggest games I play with my father all the time. When I'm over at my parents' house, he'll call me in from the other room. What's he from? And I'll be able to name whatever TV show, movie, whatever he's from.
See, I'm not good at that. My dad has told me in the past I have a photographic memory. Now, I do take pictures of stuff inside my head. I really do kind of do that. Like even like when I read things, when I read text messages, when I read emails, I think that's how I retain info is because my brain actually can go back and scan the email in my head that I've already read. So that's why I can do a lot of business just in my head by memory. You know what I mean? Like I know what events I have come. I mean, I have it all written down, obviously, and a whole system for it.
Out of all the
but I just
customers
know
I see and everything like that. Oops, sorry.
You're fine.
Do you actually like think to yourself, I'm going to take a picture of this and save it in my head?
It just
like,
does
do you actually have to do that? Like, okay, good.
does it.
Because I was about to say, mine just naturally happens. Like, if I'm walking through Wegmans and I see a customer that I haven't seen in 3 years, I'll be like, "Oh, hey, Mr. Smith, how's your generator running?" He'll look at me like he's never seen me before.
Horrible at that. Facial recall, that kind of stuff. Horrible at that. It's all any.
Oh, dude, I know.
Thing I look
as soon
at.
as I see the customer, I know what their basement looks like. I know where their generator is. I remember the conversations. I remember their dog's name.
Now, all that I would remember every single detail that came after the second they said X. Here's a perfect example. When I got to that event on Saturday, there was a lady loading something into the building, and I'm kind of mildly recognized her, I thought. And then she went, "Hey, are you Sean Street?" And then she held up her phone and showed a picture. And it was me DJing at that same venue, but with her kids. So I don't know if she was doing flowers or cake or what, but she was a vendor for this wedding too. So, but then immediately I remembered her. I remembered the fucking green dress.
Picture, the whole memory comes back.
I remember the green dress she was wearing. Then I remembered the wedding. I remembered what were right with the wedding, wrong with the wedding. Every single little minutia detail of it. I could see the itinerary in my head, all that kind of weird shit. So I will agree with him about that. But I'm a total dipshit sometimes when it comes to simple remembering things. And I don't know if that's short-term memory loss from just too much weed or whatever over the years. But just like, or it might just be getting older where I have to actually physically tell myself to remember stuff now. You know what I mean? You'll be like, tell somebody, "Hey, remind me to call Rick when I get home," or whatever, just whatever. Now I have to I tell myself that about everything. You know what I mean? Like if I see something in email that I need to do, even if I'm not able to do it right away, I say to myself, to lock it in, I say, "All right, you need to remember to write this email tomorrow when after XYZ happens." It starts.
I forget to do a lot of that stuff. Yeah, short-term memory for me is a little bit rough. A lot of the stuff, I've got these filing cabinets. I feel like I'm running out of room. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think you've
Or
ever
a lot of stuff that I remember from the past, like movies and pop culture, anything like that. Like if I'm sitting in the other room and I just hear the audio from a movie, I can name the movie.
All right, now
if it's something that's come out, I've seen at least once.
The good news is with me right now is I look at it I'm a bucket full of water, and right now instead of the water falling over the top, I just got a little hole in the bottom where I'm just kind of losing shit I don't need anymore. And I'm just still retaining all the water at the top. All that new water's there, and it's mixing in with all the rest of the water. But all that stuff at the bottom that I really don't need anymore, just kind of trickling out of there slowly as I get a little bit older. But the problem is when I get too much in that bucket and it finally start to flow over the top, that's when I really need to sit down and the photographic memory has stopped working, and I need to really coordinate everything. That's usually when I start procrastinating, because I'm relying on my memory for everything. And then I hit that point where I'm like, all right, I've procrastinated. Do I remember all the stuff I've actually put off? I got to go back and go do all that. And then, then it's digging through that memory and all those pictures I've taken and stuff. So yeah, being crazy sucks.
Yeah, it does.
So, all right.
I can remember to do everything, dude, but when it comes to taking my pills or whatever, I'll actively be like, I need to go take them, and then I'll just forget 3 minutes later.
No, I've not missed one single day other than since I went on, this whole thing. I don't know, it's been over a year now, I think, that I've been on this stuff, and I think they nailed it at this point, because the only time I'm getting any kind of anxiety or anything like that is when I get stage fright before events, when I'm at home and, just waiting to go, basically.
Yeah, that little worked up type of feeling you get beforehand.
And it ends up going away after I take that beta blocker, and I'm fine, which is great because it doesn't make you woozy or doesn't change your attitude. I just forget I have anxiety. But I have been straight up, just literally not missed a single day since I got on this stuff. I feel like it works. So that's why I'm like,
when you take it the way you're supposed to, yeah, like yesterday, I was like, man, I'm feeling really depressed. I got a ton of anxiety. And then I realized, I looked at my little daily pill thing, and I'm like, oh shit, I haven't taken my meds in a week.
Well, the craziest thing, that's awful. There's something about people who have mental illnesses where some people will take their pills normally, some people won't take them hardly at all, and then some people take more of them than they need. And then sometimes they do all three, depending on which medication it is. And
I try to my brain tries to convince myself. I start taking the pills again for a week. I start feeling better. So my brain tells me, oh, you're cured. You don't need them no more.
yeah, I think I probably went through that because in your brain, you're telling yourself it works, but you know deep down it's not really working. And you're like, fuck these stupid fucking pills anyway. I don't want to take these fucking pills.
Yep.
I don't like the side effect. They're making me feel fat. They're making me fucking feel flat and fat. I don't want either of those. They're making me eat.
Lose my libido.
Yeah, I
man.
don't want to fuck. I don't want to do anything except just fucking sit around and at least I don't want to kill myself. You know what I mean? So, whoopee. What a great way to live your life. But no, they finally got my shit right. It's leveled out, so I want to take it. And I haven't missed one yet. And even if like I lay down and like I forget to take it and I lay there and I start to get cozy, I'll go, fuck, I didn't take my medicine. And in the past, I would have just been like, fuck it, I'll take it in the morning. But now I'm like, yeah, shit actually works, so I should roll over and take that shit. Because, maybe if I don't, I get in a road rage tomorrow. Otherwise, I'd rather not do that. So I just roll over and take it. But it's become such a part of the routine at night. The animals are part of the routine. Like, seriously, like when Darla comes up, I put Darla up there. Once she's up there, I get the other cat and I put him up there. That's when I sit down and then I take the meds right at that moment. And then the next cat comes along after I take my meds. And then I get, so it's a whole routine. And it's almost like if I don't, I fuck it up.
Yeah, I literally go into the kitchen right where the cat food is, and I feed the cats every night at like 9:30. And I literally look at my meds, and I'm like, "Oh, I got to take these soon." And I walk out of the kitchen.
You got to put them right next to your bed, dude.
You've told me that before,
dude. That's because you're right there. You look at it's right next to my phone charger. Like right when I sit down, I cannot not look at them. It's impossible.
I'm moving my meds tonight.
Dude, you should do it seriously because you can't. Because even if you forget, you've looked at them and you're gonna remember, and you're gonna be like, fuck, they're right there. Fucking A.
They're right next to me. I don't have to go all the way back downstairs.
Yeah.
I don't have an excuse then. All right, I'm moving my meds.
You should do it for sure, and and just put it where the cat can't knock them over because that's the only problem I have is my cat will bat it and knock it. But I have it in this little thing where they can't knock it over now. So
they don't bat things. My cat just likes to chew on battery chargers and ruin them.
Yeah, phone chargers. That's a whole.
Yeah,
it's a whole thing. I just bought a new phone charger because mine they ruined 3 or 4 of mine. I just had to spend like $45 on 2 new fucking USB-C chargers because those things are. That is a racket, by the way. These USB-C to USB-C chargers. The cost of these cords is outrageous. When you could get these cords that nobody fucking uses for $2, and then these other cords that everybody needs are $30 if you want a decent one that actually super fast charges your phone or whatever. It's fucking bullshit. Fucking racket on these goddamn cords. I hate it, man. It pissed me off the other day when I bought it. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, dude. Because I needed to get a wall charger and a cord because I forgot mine at an event. So I had to get it fucking Instacarted there because I needed my mobile hotspot. And just in case somebody needed stuff downloaded or whatever. And then fucking, so I got it, I Instacarted it there. And it was normal store prices because I was like, I'm not paying this much for this shit. So I went and Googled it and looked it up online. It was the exact same price in the store. So I was like, motherfucker.
No shit.
I couldn't believe it. So obviously I paid the service charge and the tip, so it cost more. But the actual items themselves were exactly the same price.
Were the same price. They weren't like marked up or anything like that.
I got by these fucking people. Stupid cats. But anyway, so yeah, take your meds, Mike. There's another thing I was just going to say before I wrap things up. I don't know.
We just talked about your short-term memory.
Yep.
Obviously, that water is overspilling on the top.
I was just going to say I didn't take a very good picture or whatever the fuck it was I was going to talk about. So, all right. Mikey, love you, bro. I hope you have a good day tomorrow. I think we're going to be live tomorrow because I have to take my son to weightlifting on Wednesday. And I don't know if I'll be back in time to do a live show. So, probably be live tomorrow night. Just give you a heads up. So,
gotcha. Should be there.
Sounds good. Love you, dude. Take it easy. Have a good night. Enjoy Kill Tony. Hope it's good. All right, later, dude.
Oh, dude, two good guests tonight.
Who's on tonight?
Sam Talent and Ari Matty.
Ooh, I think I'm gonna watch that. I like Sam Talent. Sam Talent is great. He's really
I love
funny.
Ari Matty.
I don't know if I know
the dude
Ari.
from Estonia. He's the new
he's
regular
hosting.
that's mixed in.
He's on the.
Yeah, dude.
Really?
The dude from Estonia.
Ooh, that'll be good to see his improv skills. He must be pretty funny for them to put him on a panel that soon. He must be pretty good at improv.
Dude, he's from what I've heard a couple interviews and people talking about him. The guy is the hardest worker in the room. He's just constantly on. He's as quick as Tony, and he's just killing it to try to get a green card and stay here.
Perfect. Sounds good. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to watching it then. Because did I? I started last week's and I didn't, and then I think I never finished it. So I still got to watch the one with Rogan.
Oh, it was such a good one. Such a good one. McCusker.
Oh, I watched Sam Morrill's special on Amazon Prime. It was very good. It was very clever. He's a clever dude,
really
man.
Good comic.
Yeah, I think
for being an absolute alcoholic, the dude is really fucking good.
he was entertaining. I really liked it. So it was clever. I think I'm actually, because B1 likes stand up, so I'm going to tell her to check that out because he was entertaining. So, all right, dude, I love you.
Got some dark comedy for sure. Love you too, buddy. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
See ya. Alrighty, guys, that's gonna wrap things up for us tonight. Feel bad I didn't mean to cut off Mike either. I think we're both just trying to get things, trying to wrap it up and go home. So, thank you to all of you guys for watching tonight. You know how much I truly appreciate all of you guys hanging out with me. If you've not hit the thumbs up, what are you doing? Quit fucking butt fucking yourself and pull your thumb out of your ass and hit the thumbs up on tonight's video. I'd really appreciate it. Come on. I'm just kidding. No, thank you. If you enjoyed the show tonight, please give us a thumbs up. If not, go fuck yourself. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. Alrighty, guys, that's going to wrap things up for us tonight. Like I said, we'll be back live tomorrow night and probably off on Wednesday, but it all depends on my schedule, but definitely back tomorrow night. Until then, we are out of here. See you.